And coming from Kerrigan, this was yet another stinker in form of T-side that he had either 0 or 1 kills. I think it happened like 6 times this major already. Sure, individual form is something we've brought up already numerous times. I don't want to repeat it again. The calling-wise, it was alright, and actually it's surprising that they pushed it so far into 11-13 loss, despite Kerrigan, again, not showing up on T-side.
Was there a standout moment towards the tail end, Jacob, for your money that kind of displayed from Vitality?
Yeah, I feel round 21 is where it could have gone a different way again. Another round for Vitality. Nico finds the opening. You think to yourself, great, look at the buy here. It's 10-10. It's Falcons getting into a good position. We get the point of view from Robs. First kill is nice. Second, maybe a little bit lucky, but that's where Rob stepped up massively. I called him out to have been a bit absent from this game, but he came alive very much in round 21. And he single-handedly, with an MP9 in a round where you have 2 deagles, 2 pistols, brought Vitality back to life. And I think we painted the picture pretty clear already for the viewer at home. We pointed out 3 rounds where we all agree Falcons probably should have converted, should have won, yet the game was still 13-11. So this was definitely within reach for Falcons. They could have won this series. They could have closed out the game. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalize on the moments they had.
There's 3 different rounds where Falcons are in a 5v4 and Kioske just dies from that point on, right? And he had a okay game. We talked about it in Banana. He was aggressive. You like to see that. And it's better to have him play loose and make some mistakes rather than him to feel like, oh, he can't go for any sort of a move because you don't want to be the reason why you lose the round, right? It's just that once you have these advantages and then you're like, oh, is there really needed to keep pushing there, considering the buy for Vitality is when it looks a little bit bad.
I was just looking at the rating disparity between halves for Kyosuke as well. I mean, passed with pretty much flying colors on that CT side of things, but you're totally right. The T side was where he really fell short in a lot of those moments.
Yeah, and that's what we just don't want to see in Falcons game overall. Like, we've highlighted it on Anubis. This is where he was making plays, he was anticipating plays, and he was there to punish everyone. Here on Inferno, kind of like, you know, non-factor.
Should we take a little bit of a zoom out, because this is a huge game with you know, magnificent consequences for each side of the equation. Who is the pressure more on right now, in your opinion, Janko?
I think still on Vitality, and it shows. Obviously for Falcons, it sucks that you felt that you could have won it 2-0. Right now it's going to go to a third, but we said that this is the best map to be the decider for these 2 teams, right? Vitality may be the best team ever on Dust 2, and for Falcons early on, this has been the map where they had the most success, and looking at their players, it definitely suits them, right? And for me, the player to watch is going to be Zaivu, because in those losses that they've had in the group stages, like, he was looking a little bit out of sorts in some moments, getting caught off guard in some pretty straightforward rounds, playing too aggressive, and his team already had an advantage. And we saw it on the CT side. He was great on T side, Inferno. On CT side, a couple of misses, a couple of times, maybe caught off guard. So he needs to be locked in for Vitality on this decider.
That's where it gets interesting, right? Because on the opposite side, you have Monacy, and Monacy had a great showing here on Inferno as well, mainly with the rifle, to be completely honest. Found an awful lot of impact, kept Falcons alive in rounds where they shouldn't have been alive, and really did a good job to make the game competitive. Heading into Dust 2, we know Monacy is an aggressive op type. We know he likes to re-aggress in the middle of the round. CT side, you see him push up campo. If he senses a timing of there's not enough pressure being applied by Vitality, certain areas of the map, he will try to gain that gap. And it's also one of the maps where I feel like, sure, you have an op duel, you have Zaivu going up against Monacy. It's not often the duels are between the ops, right? It's the op going up against the rifle. However, on Dust 2, you have more on the head-to-head duels, which whoever plays them best, whoever gets the most out of them, could be a massive win division for the respective team.
And to scope out a little bit, since the creation of this lineup for Vitality, they are what, like 53 wins, 7 losses, and in the end, those losses came not long ago, honestly, and they're actually back-to-back losses, so they're not untouchable despite these stats. And I honestly think this is a great handshake for decider between a match like this.
I think you'll see, though, we have this discussion, Rob's Nico, greatest rifler and all that. One of the reasons why Nico has been good on Inferno is he has an active role. Like, he's back in Banana, he's the point man there. I think this is where you will see struggles from him on the T side, right? In that upper B area, just sometimes like left without much to do, being outside of the action unless his team creates an opening. And on the other side, you have Robs, who's played it all his life and sort of knows the ins and outs of that position. So keep an eye out for that one.
Considering just the pure magnitude of this moment as well, I want to get some predictions up here. Who are you guys siding with? Janko, first of all, who are you going with?
I think Vitality was there for the taking on Inferno. I think they'll get some renewed confidence after that map, and I think they win with experience.
sigh of relief for Vitality. I'm gonna give it to them, and I'm thinking Decider will be theirs.
I think I've seen enough from Vitality throughout this tournament. Yes, group stage was not looking pretty. These 2 games here has not been looking pretty. I'm smelling a bit of an upset here. I'm going with Falcons. They're going to own it out.
Well, another 3-map affair awaits us as the clock almost strikes midnight here in the Lanxess. It's Dust 2 to decide who survives here in the Cathedral between Falcons and Vitality.
The best of Counter-Strike 2. Available now on shop.esl.com.
24 teams came to Krakow, only 6 remain. So let's test the acoustics.
Cologne Major, lost in semis against NIP where they win the event. We should have won that event. It was my best event probably in DVD. I was actually insane. Then same. Titan come in. Okay, we want you. Salary raised by 2. Playing with existence again. The beginning starts really well. The 2 clicks in Vagban before 2014 GMAC Major. One of the 2 majors I missed. We pick up APK. It's going okay. We lose I think 3 finals in a row. And then same. Envious. And they tell me basically, we want you to replace Shocks. It's not going well for us, and we appreciate that we can win a major together. We lost the Cologne 2015 final first, that 14-7 lead. Crims 1v3 from Carl.
There's the flash, that's going to catch Crims out. They've gone through. MBK gets one, but Crims with a straight up. He gets himself the triple. The Fnatic are not done yet.
I remember it like it was yesterday, but then we ended up winning close after, so that was okay.
Father, the time has come. I must finally confess. Yes. Counter-Strike isn't for me anymore. Like Hearthstone, Tarkov, any game. Like it's really clear for me. I barely play CS. Never liked it in the first place. Like I just can't help being cracked. I don't care who's number 1. This good conversation. I couldn't care less. Confess. Confessing, Father. I'm just a chill guy.
This conversation is confidential.
Confidential? You are saying like nothing is leaving this room? I'm the best to ever touch this game. I'm sick of living a lie, boosting accounts just to hide my hours, skipping warm-up in front of the camera, all to keep up. This fucking persona. I don't need to anymore. Countless MVP, 2 Grand Slam, 3 major. Simple 1 is only major, and Grand Final, it's American Jax. My first major was against Prime Game Asian. And that was after beating like Prime into the bridge. Anyway, he had Electronic and Perfecto at the peak. Beat Blade. Look at the shit I'm working with. Playing with a washed face player, fucking British player, ADHD, untreated ADHD in-game leader.
Impressive.
All topped off with a fucking bold fraud coach. Jesus. And just when one good cutter disappears, and I maybe can farm in peace, this new kid this kid is escorted around the server by the Secret Service? Shiro and the three Sanjis, like, come on. Three Sanjis, bro. Top 5. Still, they are good players. Spirit without him, still top 5. Vitality without me, barely top 10. And why?
Say it.
You know why?
Say it.
Because I'm the fucking coach.
Finally. Feels good, doesn't it? I'm proud of you. Now, if you try to believe, go out there and say it.
Last thing, Tylee, with this 2026 form, surely put the conversation together.
Yeah, to bed. I'm gonna head to bed, chilling, let the team rest, playing another game. Like, you know me. Like, yeah.
Just a fucking
What a day of Counter-Strike we've had here in Cologne. Inside of this cathedral, the quarterfinals are delivering on every front, and this is going to be an historical day. And history is exactly what both of these teams are trying to create, trying to make for themselves. Vitality have already got so much greatness within their ranks. They're looking to try and push it further so that nobody can even think about touching it. The side of Falcons, we're looking at Nico still trying to win his first major trophy that brought Carrigan into the team to try and make that possible. I just think there's so many great players on the server today, so much potential, so much skill. Then why for this third map, why don't we just let the Counter-Strike do the talking? Let's let the Counter-Strike tell the story as we get into the third and final map of this quarterfinal. Falcons versus Vitality. The dust settles here on map 3.
And this might be the coming out party for Kyosuke, who's had a phenomenal quarterfinal series so far. Modesty stepping up in that previous map. Zywoo stepping up in that previous map. Neither team letting this go. Fighting to the very end. Falcons starting on the T side of Dust 2, attacking into this Vitality defense. And we are underway to decide who moves on to the semifinals to face off against Spirit.
13-11 on both maps. Feels like this is just getting to a boiling point now as we head into the pistol of map 3. Falcons sit with 3 players in the tunnels. Smoke gonna go down towards Xbox.
Another salvo of utility on the back of Tess's as well. This smoke just covering the progression of Kyosuke and Modesty and lower. Nico towards middle. Still another smoke, Molotov, and flashbang in place for Falcons attack. And for Vitality, moving their pieces on the board over towards short. A mid-round piece of aggression.
Yeah, flash goes in, so does Zywoo. She's gonna try and get in behind the defenses here. Pressure gonna be put on Robs. Goes out for the peak, can't be connected. Cyrus actually slipped in secretly, very close to the whereabouts of the T. It's gonna be Modesty and Tesses with the first 2 kills. A great opening here for the Falcons.
Surprised to see them continue that piece of aggression. It was very telegraphed. Another flashbang miss. He's got to deliver on this. Swings out. 1, 2. Going for a little bit more. Drops off, but he's found Vitality at 3 versus 3.
Yeah, of course, Falcons to consider their options. And Kyosuke again, another bit of pistol impact today. It's Robstead as he tries to cross out. And look at this from Apex, just storming forward, trying to put pressure on the young man. He's going to handle it and not put himself in harm's way. In the meantime, that bomb tries to make it in, but Merriman has landed the headshot. He's got a great kill on that cross. 3 so far, but he's finally dead. They put him in the crown. That's going to end up as a Falcons pistol win. They're just so good on pistols today.
Yeah, nasty shooting with the pistols from Kyosuke. Those are some lovely shots. I love the play from Apex as well, coming through that smoke. He knows if that smoke pops and they're stuck behind it, no chance Vitality have to win the pistol. Has to make the desperate move. Almost able to claw it back with that peek. 1-0 for Falcons.
Oh, well, Vitality buying again. It's going to be Zaiwu out with the M4. Pistols around him, and we know what Robs can do with the MP9. We've seen that over on Inferno.